Manila's desperate Japanese defenders set fire to the city as the battle for the Philippine capital enters the final stages. In Rizal Stadium, tanks and infantry close in on Japanese snipers concealed underneath the grandstand. Through heavy crossfire, wounded American troops are brought in for treatment. No portion of the city escapes the battle as the Americans push the Japanese back block by block. As the northern half of Manila is cleaned up, heavy guns are turned across the Pasig River. Here in the city's southern sector, the Japanese are entrenched for a last-ditch stand. Enemy troops come into the open. American riflemen open fire. American assault forces cross the Pasig River. The battle moves into its furious climax. Manila's post office is retaken. Medical corpsmen carrying wounded scatter as Japanese snipers open fire. A temporary hospital cares for the seriously wounded. American troops enter Intramuros. Within its 30-foot thick walls, the Japanese make a desperate last stand. Their hiding places are discovered and wiped out. Manila, after 3 years under the Japanese, is liberated. A pontoon bridge is thrown across the river to carry to North Manila the Filipino hostages held prisoner by the Japanese in the city's southern sector. These civilians escaped with their lives. Others did not. Their embattled Japanese captors tied them hand and foot. Then they were slaughtered with bayonets. The intense battle for Manila has reduced most of the city to ruins. Now to Corregidor in Manila Harbor comes General Douglas MacArthur. 3 years ago at Corregidor, the Philippine Islands were conquered by the Japanese. Manila and Corregidor are free. On this memorable day, General MacArthur says, "Hoist the colors to the peak and let no enemy ever haul them down." American clothing for Europe's victims of the war. 75,000 tons of clothing donated from all over the United States are being gathered for the 30 million people in countries devastated by the war. Every kind of clothing, especially children's garments, are being packed and collected for shipment overseas. Government warehouses handle the clothing. As quickly as possible, humanity's needs are being met, thanks to the United National Clothing Collection and its director, the great shipbuilder Henry Kaiser. In San Francisco, great American port to the Pacific, preparations are made for the coming World Security Conference. In the twin war memorial buildings, delegates from the countries participating will meet, not to set boundaries or discuss reparations, but to consider the peace organization plans formulated at Dumbarton Oaks. In Washington, American delegates to the San Francisco Conference hold their first meeting. They include distinguished political and educational leaders, representatives appointed by the President from both major political parties. The delegation visits the White House for a session with President Roosevelt. Secretary Stettinius explains the purpose of the conference.
The San Francisco Conference of all the United Nations will have before it the proposals drawn up at Dumbarton Oaks by representatives of Great Britain, the Soviet Union, China, and the United States governments. These proposals have been before the peoples of the world for their full and free discussion for almost half a year. I am confident that the goal of a world security organization is now within our grasp.
Cologne. This historic cathedral town, rail center of Western Germany and fourth largest German city, falls to the American First Army. Streetcars and rails set up as tank obstacles are removed. A house-to-house mop-up cleans out Cologne's remaining pockets of resistance. In the cathedral area, Allied guns open up on a German tank. The crewmen run for their lives. In spite of 3 years of bombing, the ancient Cologne Cathedral is almost untouched. Remagen, 30 miles south. The Ludendorff Bridge across the Rhine is captured intact. Infantrymen remove German explosive charges. The bridge is secured. For 10 vital days before its collapse, Allied troops and materiel poured across the Rhine. Other bridges, north and south, have since carried 7 Allied armies deep into the heart of Germany. Finally, the Germans counterattack in an attempt to demolish the bridge. 30 planes are shot down. Remnants of the Wehrmacht, prisoners of war. Allied armies are now deep across the Rhine. The last great barrier has been crossed.